I'm sure you know this situation. You meet a girl and there's a vibe, there's good energy, there's laughing. So you get her number and then nothing. Silence. No response. And you follow up once, but the conversation is dead. And in that moment, you are frustrated. You're thinking, did I do something wrong? You're wondering, are you too nice? Are you too eager? It's a common scenario that I hear with my clients. And this week, a guy came up to me with that exact problem. And I think it's relevant for many of you, so I decided to make this video. This guy, he met over 100 women on the street and he didn't get a single date, right? Sounds unfair. But when I dug into his strategy, it was immediately obvious to me why that happened. Here's what he didn't understand. There are 3 types of girls that you meet. And if you use the wrong follow-up method for her type, she will be gone forever. By follow-up method, I mean either you get her phone number or you get her Instagram or you take her on an instant date. More on that later. He was using the same strategy for all of them. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the 3 types of girls, how to spot what type she is, then which follow-up strategy actually works for each of the 3 types, and the exact words to use when you meet these ladies. Part 1, the 3 types. So when you meet a girl, she falls into one of 3 categories. Now most guys don't realize this, so they use the same way to stay in touch for all of them. And this is where basically your success rate falls apart. This is why you're getting flaked on. So let me break down each type. And by the way, obviously there is a 4th type, which is...
Lady, hey, 1 second. I know you're enjoying something, but you look... Wait, before you go.
The girl who doesn't want to talk to you. But in this video, we assume the girl stopped, she liked your compliment, and she stays for a little chat. Alright? So type 1, the instant date girl. Now, a lot of guys don't even think about the possibility of an instant date. But this is about 5% of the girls you are going to meet. They're super open, they're available right now, and they give you a strong vibe immediately. She's relaxed, not rushing anywhere, asking you questions, she's leaning in, she's playful. And later in the video, I'm gonna tell you the exact words to use to get a girl on an instant date. Now here's the success rate. If you do an instant date with a girl, you have about an 80% chance to seeing this lady again. If you just get her number instead, this drops down to about 20%. So basically in marketing terms, you just wasted a hot lead, right? Type number 2 is the number girl. And this is about 15% of girls. So how does she behave? She's definitely interested, the conversation's flowing well, but she has to leave, right? She has to go to work, she's meeting a friend, she has an appointment, something specific. Or you simply feel like it would be weird to ask her for an instant date right now. It just doesn't fit, so to say. The key here is she gives you a specific reason why she's leaving. So in this case, if the conversation has been, rule of thumb, more than 10 minutes and there was a good vibe, she asked you some questions, she took the compliment really well, she's clearly single, all that stuff, this is a good chance she's open to seeing you again. Very important though. The meeting has to happen within 48 hours. So either today, tomorrow, or the day after. If you get a number with a girl like that, you have about a 50% chance to seeing her again. Keep in mind though, only about 20% of girls who you are talking to are falling into this category. Which brings me to type number 3, the Instagram girl. As you can tell, this is the majority of women you're going to approach. You had a short conversation, usually under 5 minutes. Again, all good, vibe is good, right? Because the ones who left, we don't talk about them now. They're intrigued, they're open, they're single, but they're not sold on you yet. Why? Well, you didn't talk long enough to build trust. She needs proof. She needs to know how your life looks like. Are you really who are you pretending to be? What kind of people are you hanging out with, etc. All these questions are important for her before locking herself in with you for an entire evening or getting ready to see you, right? Keep in mind, safety and trust is a huge topic for women. If you get her Instagram and you have a strong or over average profile, you have about a 20 to 40% chance of seeing that lady again. Here is the key element of this entire concept. If you now force a number close with that kind of girl, your chance of going to see her drops to basically zero, because She doesn't trust you yet, and it's super difficult to build trust over texting. It's possible, of course, but you would have to be in the top 5 or 10% in your texting game, right? Now, super important exercise. Let's quickly see this scenario from her perspective. So she meets a guy on the street. He's charming, he's calibrated, the conversation flows, nice, right? But she has to go. So quickly, before she goes, you're the guy, you get her number. She heads to work, she has a coffee with a friend, a quick Zoom meeting, whatever. 5 hours later, she arrives at home. There's a text on her phone. It's you. She remembers parts of the conversation. She remembers the general vibe, how you look like, but she's tired, she had a long day. So she says she's gonna respond tomorrow, right? The next day, she wakes up late, she's late for work. In her lunch break, she's scrolling Instagram, some cheap dopamine, check some memes, text with some close friends. And she doesn't check her WhatsApp private messages until the evening. Again, you text her. By now, she can barely remember how you really look like. All she sees is your profile photo on WhatsApp. She responds late and then she goes to bed, falls asleep. The next day, same thing. Busy at work or university. She responds to messages in the evening. But by now, over 48 hours have passed. And by now, not only mostly did she forget about you, there's just no chance she would make the effort to find out more about you on a date now. It's just, from her point of view, a bad cost-benefit equation, right? So here's what you have to realize. 80% of the girls you meet are type 3, are the Instagram closable girls. That means if you don't take some care of your Instagram profile, you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities. Your phone number closes, they will die off just the way I just described it. And that's exactly what this guy was dealing with. Over 100 approaches, many phone numbers, but eventually all of them fizzled out. And on top of that, he met them in different cities during business trips. Often he didn't come back to his place for a month. So if you also have been getting numbers from girls who seem kind of interested, right? It went well, and then they all ghost you eventually, this is why. You are treating 80% of girls you meet like they're type 2 when they're actually type 3. So every time you do that, you're throwing away the chance to see her again in the long term for an attempt to see her quickly, but there wasn't really a chance in the first place. Cool. Now let me show you how to actually identify which type she is, so you know next time. So most guys make the same mistake. They meet a girl, she laughs at their jokes or whatever, gives them eye contact, and they think she's definitely interested. And she is, but not for the number. But what you're doing, they get the number close, right? And then she ghosts. And they're like, oh, I don't understand. She seemed so into me. So how do you know which type she is in real time? You can ask yourself these questions. Question number 1, how long have you been talking? If you've been talking for under 3 minutes, she is probably type 3. Not enough time to build trust, right? If it's 3 to 8 minutes, there's no clear rules here. Could be type 2 or 3. Depends kind of on the depth of the conversation, her posture. Is she like actively making an effort or just receiving, right? 10 minutes or more, she stayed, you went deep with a conversation, there's clear electricity, could be type 1 or 2. She invested time, she's here, right? She clearly likes you. Second question, how open is her body language? Is she leaning in? Is she asking you questions? Is she giggling and laughing and blushing? Maybe is there some playful touch already? Type 1 or 2 for sure. Or is she quite polite, reserved, moving away all the time? Maybe still type 3. Third question, did she give you a specific reason to leave? If she says, I'm late for work or I have to meet a friend now, it's very specific and honest, and it's more towards type 2, like she would like to stay but she can't. If it's vague, like, oh, I should go, or I gotta go, better, go for the Instagram, because she's, again, not really sold on you yet. She's not enjoying this at a 10 out of 10, right? If you force a number on her here when she wasn't ready, she will maybe agree out of politeness, but then ghost immediately after. Now, if you're thinking right now, but Alex, my Instagram is terrible, I can't give it to girls, I don't use this status-driven app, it's superficial, it's addictive, it's bullshit. I got you. 80% of my clients are telling me the exact same thing. That's why I help my clients in the first month of working together to set up their Instagram in a minimalistic way in less than a few days, set and forget, so it works for them, not against them when meeting type 3 women. So if you're interested, me analyzing your Instagram on a free strategy call, I do those twice a day. You can reserve your spot below right now. It's free, and we dig into your situation, your location, your age gap. Obviously there's nuances and differences in this. So book below right now if you want to improve that. Part 3, how to close each type. All right, so now that you know the 3 types, let's talk about what to actually say and do for each one. When you meet type 1, the instant date, if you established that she's that type, here's what to say. Hey, I was supposed to meet a friend here, but he's 30 minutes late. Do you have 20 minutes? Let's just grab a quick tea and at this place to warm up. Or let's a quick juice to refresh, right? Whatever the weather is. Authority, clear, direction, gives a reason, gives a time constraint. It's not like, hey, would you maybe want to get a coffee? What do you think? It's a simple invitation. It's not a question. It has direction, but it still feels light. It's going with the flow. It's not pre-planned. It's not overly structured. You're basically continuing the conversation and you're not starting a completely new date. And it makes it easy for her to just go with it and say, oh yeah, okay, why not? That should be the reaction. Why not? Let's go, right? If she says no though, totally fine. Then just say, cool, when are you free later this week then? Get her number and then, figure out logistics after without putting too much pressure in the moment. Make sure though to text her within 1 hour. A lot of guys get this wrong. Type 2 girls, phone number girls. What do we say with them? Give them a reason why you want to see them again, right? So say, hey, it was lovely chatting with you. I really like your vibe. Let's continue this soon. Let's swap numbers. Do you have plans tomorrow or what about Saturday? So you tell her why you like her. It's kind of like reopening her. You give clear directions. You can seed the date, but you're not putting pressure. You don't have to lock in time and location right there, right? And then you text her again within an hour. Likely not a question. Keep it simple. If she responds quickly in the 3rd or 4th message, you can then seed the date idea, the location, the time. Then make it a specific plan. Make it low effort for her to say yes. You can give her 2 or 3 options as well, because then she can choose the safest, less forced, less structured, most open option of the ones you provide her. Again, it's down to safety and making it comfortable for her. But important, I'm gonna repeat myself here, meet within 48 hours. Otherwise, like the story I told before, she will forget about you, life comes in the way, she will move on, and the chance you're gonna see her is basically 0 if all she has is your phone number. And type 3, so the general rule here, if you don't feel confident that you will see her again in the next 48 hours, then get her Instagram. So just say, cool, I gotta go. What's your Instagram? Let's stay in touch.
Well, I'm Alex. I'm not gonna rush with you. Add me on Instagram, I text you.
Okay.
It's casual, it's not needy, and it's an easy thing to say yes to for girls these days. It doesn't force any commitment. Little caveat though, make sure she follows you as well. So you follow each other right there on the spot. Because if she does not follow you, your first message that you send her on Instagram will land in her spam inbox, not in her main inbox where her friends pop up, right? You might ask now, what makes a good Instagram to make sure she actually builds more trust towards you, not less, after she meets you and adds you? The short answer is she needs to see, do you have friends? Do you have passions? Are you a real person with a real life? Do you ever leave the house? Are you out and about, basically? And do you have some aesthetic vision, some style to you, right? This could be clothing, this could be the way you create or curate your Instagram, this could be what you notice, any of that. Do you have a sense of aesthetic? If you want me to break down exactly what makes a good Instagram profile and how to build one within less than a week, drop a comment below saying Instagram guide, and then I can make this video next if it's relevant for you. If you continue talking to her via Insta, she will check your profile multiple times, right? It's easy, it's right there. If it's good, she will be way more receptive to meeting her again once you make that offer. Compare that to the guy who only exchanged numbers and has one bad profile pic on his WhatsApp, right? Big difference. Let's use a metaphor that makes this really clear. Think of Instagram like a restaurant menu. Type 1 girls, she doesn't need a menu. She knows she's hungry. She knows what to order. She trusts the waiter. Let's go, just bring me food. Type 2 girls, they quickly scan the menu and they pick something. They don't overthink it, right? But type 3 girls, they need to read the whole thing up and down. They weigh their options. They check on their phone, Google reviews. They read some reviews. They check the photos of the restaurants. They make sure the place is legit before they commit. Now, if you hand a type 3 girl a blank menu and a bad Instagram basically with 2 photos, she's walking out. She's not sold. But if your menu shows variety, quality, social proof, 5-star ratings, she's ordering. Okay? So every week you don't understand this framework is another week of you losing out on 80% of the girls you meet if you're currently actively approaching, right? If you're not, watch some other videos on my channel. You're out there doing the hard part. You're talking to girls. You overcame your approach anxiety and you're fumbling kind of like the finish line because you're using the wrong follow-up method. So if you're watching this and thinking, you understand the 3 types now, but maybe you need help implementing this, or you're not sure about the nuances when it comes to age, culture, location, etc. Again, we can discuss this on a free strategy call. I'm happy to go over your unique situation, even check your texting or, look a bit deeper into your location, where girls are, how you meet them. So yeah, book below. I'm doing maximum 2 of those a day. So you need to find a slot that fits. If you're serious about fixing this, link in the description. Again, if you're not ready to take this kind of action, no problem. You can keep watching the YouTube. So let's wrap this video up with some homework, putting it all together, okay? So here is what you need to do. Number 1, next time you meet a girl, assess her type in real time. Really reflect while it's happening. Type 1, go for the instant date. Not enough guys are doing this. Type 2, get her number with a specific plan and give her another compliment in the end. And type 3, keep it casual, get her Instagram and make sure you follow each other. Number 2, stop treating type 3 girls like type 2. If the conversation was short, under 5 minutes, don't force a phone number. It's not gonna help you. Get Instagram, let her profile warm her up to you. Don't force the date too early. Only suggested if there is clear energy coming from her side. And number 3, this is more of a mental shift. Just accept that most of the girls you're gonna meet are type 3, right? It's normal. You can't win every girl. That's just not how the world works. People are busy. People forget about you. Instagram is not your backup plan. It's your primary tool. And if after all of this, after watching this entire video, you still don't want to use Instagram, totally fine. I'm not invested in the company in any way. You're just going to miss out on those type 3 type of girls. The guys who get the most dates aren't the ones with the best pickup lines, right? They're the guys who just correctly identify what they're dealing with and using the right strategy to follow up with the girl to maximize the chance to see her. I actually made a video where I did 100 approaches in 5 days. It was like a challenge. And you can see me apply these principles that I just explained in real time. So you can watch that video. Most girls are approaching this video. I close on Instagram. Many of them are still watching my stories months after I approached them, right? I actually met one 2 weeks ago, 3 months after I had a really short conversation with her. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.